Mike Huber, Moneyball HItter Magazine. How's everybody doing today? Today we're going to talk about no-win situations as far as being a hitting coach is concerned. It's come to my attention. I had just read a pretty good article. It was a pretty truthful article about a guy who played in with the Los Angeles Dodgers and been a hitting instructor ever since. He really hasn't been a hitting coach, but a hitting instructor. And he mentioned that he would never want to be a hitting coach, especially in the major leagues. And he cited some very good reasons for that, and I want to discuss this. And the reason being, this is for maybe hitting coaches out there that are watching, so you can prepare yourself as to what you're going to go through as far as being a hitting coach. One of the things he mentioned was he didn't want to ever be a hitting coach because he didn't want to go through many sleepless nights as a hitting coach, because being a hitting coach is one of the most challenging positions to be in all of sports. So, this particular individual has, I'm not going to mention his name, I know who he is, but I respect him very much because he's very truthful and he's very conscious and he doesn't have a big ego. So one of the things that he mentioned was, being a hitting coach, you're dealing with a lot of big egos, especially at the major league level. At the minor league level, you're not. You get to be able to teach whatever the philosophy is that you teach, which probably has to coordinate with whatever the minor league system teaches too. Okay, so the players come in and they have to listen to you, and you have power over them. Okay. Now we all know that the minor leagues, most of the hitters in the minor leagues cannot hit very well. The average is about 250 in the minor leagues. Okay, so whatever is being taught obviously is not working. The slugging percentages aren't very good either. Okay, at the major league levels, the article that I read cited that the particular hitting coaches do not like to deal with the big egos and stuff like that. Okay, and I wanted to comment on how we handle big egos here at Moneyball Magazine and how our instructors do. Okay. First of all, you have to realize the couple reasons why players have big egos. One reason is because they're really, really good hitters and they don't want anybody messing with their swing. So if they're a really good hitter and they have a really big ego, kind of like Ted Williams did, that's fine. They're getting hits, leave them alone. Okay? If you have a big ego and you're not getting hits or you're getting in slumps and stuff, you got to realize why hitters do get big egos. And I've seen it at the high school level, the college level, and especially at the professional level. It's because they have gotten run amok amongst all the hitting coaches that have tried to change their swing. So they go from one team to the next, and they run into different hitting coaches, and they're just completely sick of it. And in some cases, their swing has gotten ruined, and they don't want that to happen again. So their ego protects them. It's not that they're bad guys. They are being protected by their ego, as well as they should, because of all these bozo hitting coaches who just get in the way of their career a lot sometimes. And they see it too. Okay? So, how do we deal with that? Me personally, as a Moneyball hitting coach, goes into a team, the coach hires us out, or the manager hires us out, or the owner hires us out. How do we deal with the big egos? Okay? First of all, we introduce them to some things, and usually when we introduce them to our methods, they work right away. So there's instant results. So that dissolves most of the egos. So we don't even have that problem. Okay? If we still have a person who says, I'm going to do it my way, I don't care, we look at his statistics, and if this guy's like one of the star hitters, that's fine. Okay? But if this guy's not, and he's got a big ego about it, and he wants to keep his swing, we just tell him, you can do what you want. Okay? Or we tell his coach or his manager, you can do what you want, but we're going to get the guy behind you, or we're going to get some up-and-comers to hit. And you better watch out because your position may be in jeopardy. It's as simple as that. Okay? We don't play power trip with anybody or anything like that. Okay? And usually we dissolve the egos through our methods. And hitting coaches, if you're a good hitting coach, you'll be able to dissolve any type of ego through your methods. The players usually will know. Okay? So that's how we deal with that problem. So the article that I read, this hitting coach goes on to say there's just too much time it takes to get a handful of hitters on a roster to start hitting. Okay, there's too much responsibility, there's too much time for one coach to do that, which is why Major League Baseball is going to 2 and 3 hitting coach systems so they can have more eyes on these hitters and stuff, and the hitting numbers are getting worse just because of the methods that they're using. Okay? So a couple of things that he cited as far as time is, getting in the cages, doing all the drills and stuff with the players, finding out what the problem is, so looking at all of this videotape and stuff like that on each and every hitter and finding out what the particular problem is. So it takes time to figure that out. And just all the responsibility of all of the hitters and all the time that it just takes. Okay? And we here at Moneyball, we don't have that problem. Okay? First of all, we're past the stage where we have to look at videotape and analyze hitters on videotape. I could personally see it by my naked eye what the problem is, what the bad habit is, and what we have to instill, what particular methods we have to instill to get that hitter to hit. Okay? So, we call this the Rubiks Cube. Okay? We've already solved the Rubiks Cube, and hitting coaches are trying to solve the Rubiks Cube with all the hitters. So they're spinning the Rubiks Cube during the season and trying to solve the mystery of hitting when they don't have it solved. Okay? So when we go into teams, we problem solve very, very quickly. Okay? And these hitting coaches across the board, across the nation, from high school to college, the minor leagues, the major leagues are on up, are trying to figure out the mystery of hitting. And they're trying to figure out by all this video analysis and with each and every hitter, and they're just driving themselves crazy. So this is what this guy's talking about in his article. Okay? You just drive yourself crazy because your hitters, a lot of the hitters in the lineup aren't hitting, and you're trying to figure it out, and you can't sleep at night. You get very stressed out. It's crazy. And he's just saying he doesn't want to deal with that. And I can't blame him. What would you rather have? Would you rather be a hitting coach somewhere and drive yourself crazy, or sleep well at night and just be a hitting instructor at an academy? Okay? You got choices there. You got choices. Okay? So he's saying it's a no-win situation for most cases. Being a hitting coach is a no-win situation. Okay? It's a no-win situation because most hitting coaches don't get results. It's as simple as that. The only time it's a win situation is if the team is winning, or you are lucky enough to get on a team with a bunch of talent, and you're the hitting coach there, and at least you don't screw them up. Okay, so that's the only time if you get lucky, basically. Or in our case, We believe it's always a win-win situation when we go in and train a team or coach a team. We always feel that way because we know that our methods are proven, the results are proven, and we know that the team is going to get better. Each and every guy in the lineup, okay? And if we have a problem with an ego, okay, we get the guy behind him to hit. So when he slides, you replace the guy. Or if there's an injury, okay, the guy that's replacing that guy that got injured, that maybe was a good hitter, he can replace him. Almost like a backup quarterback in the NFL. You notice most of these backup quarterbacks come in and do a pretty darn good job. Okay? So we here at Moneyball know that a good hitting coach can get the guys that bat 6, 7, 8, 9, get them to hit and chip in the lineup pretty well. Okay? Guys that are on the bench, we get them ready to hit when it's their time to get called. It's as simple as that. So it's a win-win situation. So if you're a good hitting coach, you don't get stressed out because you get the guys ready. Okay? You're not spending all this time looking at videotape of the other pitchers that you're going to be facing. Okay? Heck, you high school and you college guys know, especially you high school guys know. You're not looking at videotape of the other pitchers and stuff like that. You're not looking at videotape of all your hitters and stuff and breaking down their swings and stuff like that. Okay? I've personally never done that. I've never had the time to do, or the resources to do that. Okay? We just get them ready through our methods, batting practice, and we're ready to go. For the most part, the pitcher's going to see a changeup, a curveball, and a fastball. Okay? Most of the time, there's no good reason to tell them, well, you're probably going to see the fastball or the changeup or the curveball on this particular count and stuff like that. There's really no reason. I mean, there are hitting coaches that have reports and stuff on the pitchers and stuff. And that's just too much information for the hitter. Okay? Well, they give them reports about each and every hitter in the lineup. You're swinging at bad pitches on this count and stuff like this, or on this pitch and stuff like this. And here's your report about how many bad pitches you swung at and how many good pitches you swung out. Okay? That does nothing. Hitting coaches right now are doing it. Okay? Hitting is at its all-time worst since 1972. You got 2 or 3 hitting coaches on every team. You got all these reports. They're doing video analysis. They're looking at videos of pitchers and stuff. Hitting's getting worse. It's way too much information. The methods that they're using to help the hitters are not working. We've cited this with our team reviews in the major leagues and our reviews of the hitting coaches. So, too much information, too much wrong information, too much misinformation makes it a no-win situation for most hitting coaches. And this article that I read from a hitting coach, hitting instructor, even a guy that played in the major leagues, sees it. He's like, I don't want to be a hitting coach. He even cited, I hardly want to be a hitting coach for youth baseball, or a high school team, or a college team, or a major league team. The safest place to be a hitting coach is in the minor leagues because they really don't care if they win or lose because they're trying to develop players. The management's eyes aren't really on you at the minor league level. That's probably the safest place to get a job. You play nice, you be good, you can teach all your crap, they can hit 240, 250, and not too many people are going to care. They're not going to look at the numbers and stuff like that. Because you got players coming in and out of your team and your system and stuff like that. So you're not going to be judged. So hitting coaches, you want to get a job, get it in the minor leagues. Okay? And if your team does crap, if it hits like crap, you'll probably still get promoted just because you're in the networking system. This is how it works, guys. Okay? You can be in a hitting coaches, you can be in a no-win situation and still continue to progress. How's that sound? How'd you like to have a 9-to-5 job where you go in and do nothing? There's no you make no improvements to the company that you work for. You still get a paycheck, and there's a good chance that you might get a better job next year. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. At the major league level, it's tougher because all the numbers are out in the public. And if your team's not putting up the numbers, you get fired within 1 to 2 years. Okay? Well, at least you're getting a major league salary. All right? So, is being a hitting coach a no-win situation? Yeah, for most hitting coaches. How about us at Moneyball? We're secure with our thoughts. We're clear-headed. We know that our methods work. We're getting almost each and every individual on the team to hit for a higher batting average and slugging percentage at the same time. Okay? We do not have sleepless nights. If there's a problem, if you don't have any worries in your life, you got to know what the problem is, and you have to know how to solve the problem. Okay? Then you don't have any worries in your life. If you don't know what the problem is, or you don't know how to solve the problem, and you're in a job, it's going to be very stressful. It's as simple as that. Okay? I got to bring you these winning messages with my Blackhawks hat on because it's one of the only few Chicago teams, maybe the Bulls, because we're doing this from Chicago, okay, that have this winner's mentality. A winner mentality is your head is full of good thoughts. You got a bunch of marbles in your head, they're thoughts. It's full of good thoughts. If you're a hitting coach, you have to be super confident in the way that you teach, in the way that you communicate to players, and that you know that you're going to get results from your players. If you are not, the players and their egos are going to feed on that, and they're either not going to listen to you, they're going to tune you out, or if they do listen to you, they're going to get worse. Hitting is the biggest mystery, the Rubiks Cube, to figure out. You got to figure out bad habits. You got to figure out training methods and how to get hitters to hit. You got to have quick problem-solving tools. These players nowadays do not have time to fool around with hitting coaches who want to look at video analysis and try to figure out your particular problem as a hitter for the whole season. This is not an experiment to them. This is their livelihood. If you're a hitter in high school, it's your livelihood. It's your job. College, it's your livelihood. You got to hit to stay in the lineup and get to the next level. You don't have time for these hitting coaches to be messing with your swings or try to figure out the problem for you. Okay? So find out somebody that can. Or find out yourself if you're a hitter. Okay? This is a very precarious situation, not only for the livelihood of hitting coaches out there that are in a tough job, but hitters themselves. Okay? Hitters themselves. So that's all I got for you today. Coach Huber here, Moneyball HItter Magazine, team hitting specialist. Check out our I don't usually give all my secrets out and stuff. But I'm just telling you what the problems are. Okay? We have, in our product line, we have very simple manuals. We have video instruction. We have video analysis. We have all those things for guys who want to get to the next level. We work with people online. Our methods are very simple. Okay, the Rubiks Cube, we have it, and it's been proven. Okay, because what we've done here at Moneyball is we didn't hide behind a hitting academy. I don't have my own hitting academy. What I did was I wanted to see if my methods worked, so I went out and started to train teams. Because when it's come to Jesus time for a hitting instructor, it's come to Jesus time when you actually work with a team. Then you can see from one year to the next, or from one player to the next, if you're making improvements. If you're not, you don't know what you're doing. Okay? You just don't know what you're doing. Or you have some answers, and some answers you do not have. So if you really want to be a tough guy, hitting coaches, go work with a team. I'm talking bad teams, mediocre teams, good teams. Okay? Can you get a 200 level team to hit 250? Can you get a 250 team to hit 300? Can you get a 300 team to hit 350? Okay? That's my challenge out to you. If you can't, then you better start asking some questions here at Moneyball HItter Magazine. We're here to help you. Okay? We think that being a hitting coach should be a win-win situation because it gives you the opportunity to help hitters hit and slug and score more runs. That's your job. If you can't do that, okay, stop playing the blame game with all these hitters. Stop developing this big ego where you're going to make the hitters do what you say no matter what. Okay? Search for the right answers. The Rubiks Cube is very difficult to figure out. Like 1% of the world can figure it out. Okay? The mysteries of hitting are the same thing. So, if you don't have the answers, go find the Rubiks Cube. Coach Huber, over and out. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next time, next video, next article. Take care.